Developing goals is often about behavior change. Developing goals is about creating action plans that are rational ways of charting a path from the current set of conditions, we'll call the as-is, to a more desirable set of conditions in the future, the to-bes. Consider the following steps in developing goals. Determine the current conditions or the as-is state. Identify the problems such as the critical equipment issue, lack of resources, or reduced funding or system problems. Next is define the desired conditions or the to-be state. This is the way it ought to be. In determining the future state can be defined, the team can develop a more manageable action plan to reach the goal. Assess the gap. Understand the size of the gap. This can be done by asking basic questions such as, what is the difference between current performance and what could be performed? And what is the difference between the current operational process and the desired process? Identifying reason for change. What is the primary motive for making the change? When involving a personal transformation, this step might involve a great deal of thought. Organizational change will require some level of reflection, but trying to get all stakeholders to agree upon the reason for change can be difficult. At a corporate level, the change is driven by the most senior decision maker. Commitment to change. Once the gaps are identified and the need for change is acknowledged, work on discrepancies. Work to commit the change. Recognize that having externally driven goals often get more movement. It can be beneficial to publicly broadcast a commitment to the change that others can be beneficial to publicly acknowledge. This can be viewed as convincing the organization to encourage in attaining the goal. Number 6 is having a specific change goal. A rule that meets the essential criteria for goal setting should be documented and use the following. Make sure it's specific. State what is specifically to be accomplished to achieve the goal. Is it measurable? How will accomplishment in this goal be measured? It should be attainable. Have the goal that all stakeholders believe can be accomplished. It needs to be realistic. If the goal is unattainable, eventually it will be abandoned and lesser results will be considered acceptable. If the goal accomplishment is regarded as certainty, there is likely to be a small drive to get it done. It also should be time-bound phased, ensuring that everyone knows the goals need to be completed and all stakeholders should agree at the time. And finally, develop, implement an action plan. After a goal has been set, develop and implement an action plan for the purpose. Consider obstacles and resources for help. Goal setting is a process that starts with careful consideration of what you want to achieve and ends with a lot of hard work that actually has to get done.